Hello, everybody. I want to break down the periodic table for you today on top of this, well, brown table. Okay, so let's talk a few things first. First, we're going to hone in on just one particular element, nitrogen. Okay, each little box, each little square that an element is in on the periodic table, it again tells you a couple of key things. Okay, so the first thing, obviously, I think without saying the symbol, okay, and the name of the element, those are probably the most obvious here. But what's this 7 here? What's this 14.007? All right, so this 7 up here is known as the atomic number. Okay, the atomic number, very important. It's like a jersey number. Okay, in sports, everyone on the field has just one jersey. You can't have people having the same jersey, correct? So this 7 lets us know that there are 7 protons in the nucleus, okay, for this element's atom. So the atomic number tells us the number of protons, okay, that an element has, number of protons. So there are 7 protons in this nitrogen element. Now, if we added a proton, all right, and then we have 8, boom, we no longer have nitrogen. We would now have oxygen, okay? So down here now, what's this number? Has kind of a similar name to it. All right, but this is the atomic mass number. Okay, now what is that? What's the atomic mass number? It is the, put it clear for you, it is the, there's 2 things that it is. It's the number of protons, okay, plus the number of neutrons. Okay, so both of those added together give us the atomic mass. So if we have the atomic mass number, right, we can see how many neutrons there are in an element because we have the protons, right? So we take the total minus the number of protons. That's going to leave us with the number of neutrons. So in this case, all right, so 14.007, we can just round that to 14. All right, so 14, so total protons and neutrons, minus 7 total protons. That gives us 7 neutrons, okay? 7 neutrons in this element here. Okay, so hopefully that paints a good picture for you. Now, the protons and neutrons aren't always going to be the same, okay? Now, in this one, they do. Remember, we talked about an element that is a neutral. Remember, a neutral atom. That's an atom. Remember, well, it's one that's balanced. Okay, it has the same number of protons as it does electrons. So remember, that's a neutral atom. You'll remember whenever electrons are gained and lost. This is kind of a little bit of a review. You'll remember. Do you remember ions? Okay, this is a good review for everyone. Remember ions. That's when electrons are gained or lost. Okay, so we can talk about that in another video here. But let me just flip it over to show you that it's not always going to be the case. So here again, as a refresher, here's my atomic number, aka the number of protons. Number of protons. All right, here's my total. Here's my atomic mass. Put my atomic mass units. Okay, my atomic mass, 18.998. I'm just going to round that, okay, to 19. So 19 protons and neutrons minus 9 protons gives me 10 neutrons. All right, as you can see here, that is not, so again, they don't always have to be the same. So just because you have an atomic number of 9 here, so you have 9 protons, that does not mean you have 9 neutrons. Okay, now in the case of an isotope, you could have 9, but again, that's a little bit of a different story that we're not going to tackle right now. Okay, and so the periodic table, let me just kind of show you one little part here. I'm just going to kind of flip that out here. The periodic table is really broken down into, there's 3 things that you can have, okay? You have the largest, okay, making up most of the elements on the periodic table, including these ones down here that got neglected, right? Those are all metals, okay? Those are all metals. So a majority of the periodic table is, in fact, metals. Um, Maybe I'll put, maybe I'll make a little key here. Blue metals are blue. Okay, now on the other hand, okay, we have green. Okay, green over to the right. Okay, we've got metals and we have non-metals, including hydrogen by himself over here, right? Hydrogen is also a non-metal, but he's away from the crowd. So those are non-metals, right? Non-metals, okay. And right here we got this little orange little ravine, almost like stair steps. Okay, these little stair looking things. All right, and those are called metalloids or semi-metals, as you may be able to predict. Right? They share properties of both metals and non-metals. Right? They can't really just make up their mind. Okay, they have some properties that would make them classify them as a metal, others that would classify them as a non-metal. So, you know what? We give them their own category, and everyone's happy. Okay, so those are called the metalloids, aka the semi-metals. All right. So this is part one. I'm going to do a second video here to try and keep my videos a little bit shorter. All right, stick around for video number 2, where I break down a couple of the main families on the periodic table that I would like you to know, in addition to a couple other little tips and tricks. All right, thanks for watching.